I don't really feel right recommending something that could potentially be a knockoff of the original. Hey Muses, it's Melissa, also known as Melly Mel the Muse. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I hope you consider joining our community of Muses by clicking that subscription button as well as tapping that little notification bell. So for today's video, I'm going to be discussing my thoughts, basically doing a review of the raw shea butter collection that is currently out by SheaMoisture. Just a heads up, make sure you watch the video all the way through to the end because you'll soon realize that it's more than just a review. Yeah, we're gonna be touching on a couple of other subjects. So the SheaMoisture Raw Shea Butter Collection is one of their most original, timeless, therapeutic collections. And honestly, up until recently, I didn't have much experience with this particular collection. To be for real, I didn't even know it existed until it arrived to me in the mail, and I was like, ooh, what's this? Taking into account the focus of the raw shea butter collection and the inclusion of frankincense and myrrh into the formulation, I believe exploring this collection during the colder, drier months of the year is one of the best time to really put the collection to the test to see if it lives up to what it proclaims it can do. So this particular collection contains skincare items specially formulated to restore dry skin. Some of you guys already know if you've watched several of my other skincare videos, when it comes to my face, I have combination skin, but when it comes to my body, my skin is actually pretty dry. And living up here in Illinois, in the Midwest, when literally winter is like 10 months out of the year, it's like the longest winter ever is here in the Midwest. So living here hasn't helped the situation, but it's definitely helped me figure out what works and what doesn't work for me. So according to SheaMoisture, our raw shea butter collection lavishes skin with intense moisture, nourishing vitamins, and fatty acids. Frankincense and myrrh contain restorative and aromatherapeutic properties to soothe the skin and senses. So for this review, I received the Raw Shea Butter Body Wash, the Raw Shea Butter Bar Soap, the Raw Shea Butter Coffee Scrub, as well as the Raw Shea Butter Body Lotion. Each product displayed an elegant but simple gold and brown packaging. And overall, I found the scent of all four products to be pleasing. All the products except for the coffee scrub had a very light scent to it, which I can appreciate because, again, if you've seen any of my other SheaMoisture reviews, I do have an issue with some of their products and their scent. It's like heavily fragrance. Overall, not just when it comes to SheaMoisture, but when it comes to skincare, hair care, all of that, just overall, I just have an issue with fragrance in those sort of products. I mean, there's always exceptions, but in general, I have an issue with that. In my opinion, if an ingredient does not serve an actual purpose, it really shouldn't be in there. Any additional ingredients just have the potential to irritate skin, especially those of us with sensitive skin. And I understand that there are certain ingredients that come with a fragrance, such as certain essential oils, but usually those essential oils are serving a purpose, and I'm okay with that. But just to add perfume or anything like that, just for the sake of scent, to me, I don't see the reason. Like why do that? But anyways, that was my rant. Moving on, I found the scent of these particular products just fine, not too pungent or repelling or anything like that. The coffee scrub does have a very strong scent, but I love the scent of the coffee scrub. I mean, it smells like coffee, and I found it to be very energizing, and I mean, who doesn't like the smell of coffee in the morning? So I was okay with that. Now this particular collection have a few noteworthy ingredients. So make sure you click on the link down below in the description box that will take you to my blog post for this review. In that blog post, I go into more details what those ingredients are and what were the purposes of those particular ingredients, as well as I provide a little bit of fun facts about frankincense and myrrh. Let's get into it, y'all. Now the first item I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on is the raw shea butter coffee scrub. The SheaMoisture Raw Shea Butter Ground Coffee Scrub gently exfoliates, nourishes, and energizes by utilizing coffee to help smooth and restore dry, dull skin. Per the instructions, mix the contents and apply a small amount to palm. On cleansed skin, massage gently using circular motion, concentrating on rough, dry areas. Rinse skin thoroughly with warm water and pat dry. Now I'm not gonna lie, upon first impression, this ground coffee scrub looked nothing more than just ground coffee, really. Let me see if you guys can check that out. See that? Yeah, ground coffee. Ooh, but it smells so good. It felt like dry coffee grounds and it smelled like good old plain coffee. And like I mentioned before, I do find the scent of coffee energizing, so just an FYI, a tip. If you're going to use this scrub, I would recommend you use it in the morning so that you're, awake and you want to be energized. I feel like this will help you get you energized for your day. I don't know about using it right before going to bed unless the smell of coffee, you find it soothing enough to put you to sleep, but just a little tip. Now, when it came to using the actual coffee scrub, I would recommend that you mix the contents of this coffee scrub in another container, preferably another container that's larger in size compared to this one. The reason being is, again, when I first opened this, I just thought it was just regular dry coffee grounds. That's because some of the mixing ingredients are stuck at the bottom. At the bottom, I noticed that the coffee grounds down there was more moist and they were clumping up together. So you want to transfer it to another container and mix it well in that container. And then you can go ahead and place it back into its original container. After I did that and mixed everything together, I noticed a difference in the texture of the scrub. It definitely felt more moist. And when you're using the scrub, it is overall a very, very messy process. I recommend doing it in the shower. I also had an extra plastic container in hand while I was in the shower so that I can collect water and use it to help wash down the coffee drains down my tub. I don't know if washing down coffee drains down my tub is a smart idea now I'm thinking about it, but you know what? It gets everywhere. It does. Also, I found using the coffee scrub to be less abrasive if you use it on damp skin. So I used it after I had taken a shower. Then I would scrub it on my body and then I would rinse it off and then pat myself dry and leave the shower. This particular coffee scrub, I actually really enjoyed. I was actually impressed considering I thought it was nothing but ground coffee originally. I mean, I was shocked because I wasn't expecting much, but looks can be deceiving. The coffee scrub did such a great job of exfoliating my body. For frame of reference, I focused on my feet, my legs, especially my lower legs because I do suffer from a bit of KP or strawberry legs. I focused on my belly because I have some KP there as well. And I focused on my armpits and some areas around my shoulder, like right around here. And also my upper shoulder and my back. I focused on those particular areas. And my skin, after I was done, felt so nice. It felt so smooth, as well as moisturized. It didn't feel stripped. It didn't feel like I had scratches or that I was scratching myself. It felt good scrubbing myself. Again, surprising because when you feel the coffee scrubs themselves, it's not like it's filled with so much liquid or gooiness or anything like that. Like where did that moisture come from? I'm definitely planning on using it continuously throughout this winter season to get my skin right and tight for the summer months when my legs and arms and all of that are all nice and out in my shorts and tank tops. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to be using this all winter. And to be honest with you, I think winter is one of the best times to exfoliate your body. Oh, and did I mention I love the lingering scent of coffee that was left afterwards after I rinsed? That was a bonus, like that. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, maybe that was a lot of coffee. A little of this product goes a long way. You don't need much. Like when I opened the container and showed you guys what it looked like, it may have looked like I didn't touch it, but trust me, I've used it a couple times already. It's just that you don't need much in order for it to do the job. So I definitely am pleased by that. I would definitely recommend this particular coffee scrub to anyone that wants to exfoliate their body, especially for those of us with drier skin. Because as you know, with drier skin, we have issues with dead skin cells accumulating. It just compounds on the issues of having drier skin. So it's good to physically exfoliate your body, you know, at least once a week. However, I must admit, I believe I could dupe this recipe and make my own sort of DIY coffee scrub. Now, do I actually want to put in the effort to do so in the future once this bad boy runs out? I'll figure that out when it happens. But if nothing else, I am glad that I do have the option of purchasing this versus having to make my own DIY if I honestly don't feel like doing it at that moment. Now, the next product I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on is the Raw Shea Butter Hydrating Body Wash. The Raw Shea Butter Body Wash is a sulfate-free body wash meant to intensely hydrate skin, thus leaving skin soft to the touch. Per the instructions, you are to lather in your hands or washcloth and cleanse entire body. A capful can be added to warm water to create an aromatic spa bath. Right off the bat, I am more of a bar soap sort of gal. Body washes really aren't my thing. Therefore, my experience with body washes are pretty limited. And in the past, when I have used body washes, the results haven't been all that great. What I usually find is that it leaves my skin feeling very stripped and very dry, which is not something I'm looking for considering I already have dry skin. I will say I did not find that to be the case with this particular product. After using it, my skin felt cleansed, but it didn't feel stripped. If anything, it left my skin feeling just like slightly nourished. My husband is more of a body wash person, so I think he will greatly take advantage of using this particular body wash, especially because he has very dry skin. His skin flakes, and it's even worse during the winter time. So I think that compared to the body washes he currently has, I think that this would be a great addition for him. So I'm gonna be passing it on to him to use this winter. So although I was definitely relieved that the body wash did not strip my skin and in a way did do what it advertised it said it would do by leaving my skin slightly nourished, I am not 100% comfortable recommending this product to you guys, to our community of muses. And the reason for this unease is that it appears the formulation of the Raw Shea Butter collection that is currently out right now, from what I've gathered, it seems to be different from the original formulation. Like I mentioned before, the Raw Shea Butter collection, it's been around. It's an OG product. I was reading like feedback that customers were posting on the SheaMoisture's website, and you can tell that based off of the experience of these customers that this current formulation, it like pales in comparison to the original formulation in terms of quality as well as results. I'm frustrated just like those customers, and I didn't even get a chance to try out the original formulation. And I can't be for certain around what time that these changes occurred, but based off the timing of the posts that I see on the SheaMoisture's website for the individual products in this collection, when those negative posts started accumulating and people started mentioning that they noticed a change in the results and they started pointing it to the formulation. It seems like these changes happened recently, like within the last year. I'll go more in depth into this issue at the end of this video, but I wanted to bring it up now because this body wash is one of the products, and the same is true for a few other products in this collection. So the next product I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on is the Raw Shea Butter Bar Soap. This bar soap is a creamy, sulfate-free bar soap that offers gentle cleansing and moisturized skin. Per the instructions, you are to lather in your hands or washcloth and cleanse entire body. I prefer the bar soap over the body wash in this collection. I just found the bar soap to be much more nourishing for my skin. The bar soap that I typically use is the Dove Beauty Bar, meant for sensitive skin. If I were to compare my standard, which is the Dove, to this bar soap, I would have to say that this bar soap definitely was more nourishing. It did leave my skin feeling softer, and it was definitely not stripping. I didn't find it to be stripping at all. And honestly, I would purchase this bar soap. I'm actually planning on purchasing a few of them once this one runs out. I'm hoping that Ulta does another sale at that point. They tend to have sales on SheaMoisture products where you buy one and you get one 40% off. They're pretty frequent throughout the year. So I would just wait until one of those sales pop up just to save some coin. Unfortunately, this is another product from this collection that potentially went through a reformulation. So I'm really iffy about recommending it to you guys. I don't really feel right recommending something that could potentially be a knockoff of the original. Now, the last product I tried out and will be sharing my thoughts on is the SheaMoisture Raw Shea Butter Hydrating Body Lotion. The SheaMoisture Raw Shea Butter Body Lotion is a supple, ultra moisturizing lotion that helps to revive and rejuvenate dry, dull skin. In addition, it is quickly absorbed to provide a natural defense against weather elements. Per the instructions, smooth all over the body, concentrating on rough and dry areas including feet, knees, and heels. For best results, it is recommended to apply to damp skin for moisture retention. Now, I'm more of a body butter, cream sort of gal. In general, I find lotions to be too thin in consistency and too aqueous in formulation to provide the seal or barrier I need to keep my skin hydrated and moisturized, especially in the wintertime. I can probably get away with lotions in the summer, the hotter months when it's super humid, but in the wintertime, that's a no-go. But I actually did like the performance of this particular lotion compared to other lotions I have tried in the past. It is much creamier in consistency and a bit thicker compared to most typical lotions. Actually, when I put it on, I don't even bother like flipping the cap and taking it out this way. I don't bother with that. I just unscrew the top and I squeeze the bottle and I just plop it out. I can't be bothered with like breaking my wrist trying to squeeze it out through this tiny little opening. See, it's definitely a more creamier, thicker consistency. If this was regular, like typical lotion, which is much thinner and aqueous, this would be slipping and sliding all over the place. It would be like running at some point, but it's hanging on there. So if you're someone who finds creams or butters to be too thick, this lotion might actually be a happy medium for you. I actually use the Shea Body Butter by The Body Shop. It's one of the several body butters and creams that I use, especially from The Body Shop. I like their butters. So I wanted to compare that one to this one by SheaMoisture. And in terms of performance, I thought the Shea Body Butter from The Body Shop definitely provided moisture and a seal to my skin a lot longer than the SheaMoisture product, which didn't come as a surprise just because it is a butter. I wasn't necessarily disappointed by the lotion by SheaMoisture. It did provide the seal and moisture that I needed for majority of the day. it just didn't do it for the whole day. It wasn't like, you know, 24 hours later I woke up and my legs were still moisturized and things like that. That sort of result I got more so from my Shea body butter from the Body Shop, which is again a body butter, not a lotion. And once again, this is another product that I don't feel 100% comfortable recommending to you guys because it's one of those products that I saw allegedly had the reformulation as well. And at the end of the day, I want the best, I expect the best, and so should you. All right, okay. Overall, I do believe the Raw Shea Butter Collection by SheaMoisture is a good option for dry skin. In particular, the coffee scrub and the bar soap, those two did leave a lasting impression on me. But knowing that 3 out of the 4 products in this collection that I was using, knowing that they could have been way better back in the day, and when I mean back in the day, I'm not talking about just a couple of years. The change of formula was recent. Knowing that it could have been way better, the results I could have experienced could have been out of this world better. That really bothers me, and there lies my dilemma. When perusing the SheaMoisture website, I came across posts of reviews by customers who appeared to be long-time, die-hard fans of this particular collection. And these same customers in their reviews, you'll clearly see that they state that they have decided to no longer purchase these products anymore. They're no longer supporting it. When you're reading these reviews, you can clearly see that customers are disappointed in the current formulations and have noticed a considerable difference in their results. One review was pretty detailed. It stated that shea butter used to be the first ingredient in the bar soap, but now if you look on the ingredient list, I'll post a picture right up here. Now if you look on the ingredient list, it's the 6th ingredient. That's a big difference, especially if this is a product that's supposed to be promoting raw shea butter. Like, that's the focus of this product. And others have speculated that ingredients that are cheaper in cost or lower in quality appears to be included now in the formulation. And for many, this collection was once their holy grail skincare line in order to treat or manage their dry skin. And now it seems to not be the case for them. It is simply just lackluster. And I have dry skin, but I know plenty of folks whose skin is way more dry than mine. And this barely did it for me. Thinking about the difference that could have existed, I can see the frustration. I can see why. Please, if you get the opportunity, check out the reviews on the SheaMoisture website for these individual products. There are customers who took time to literally write out paragraphs. This is how important the change was to them, and it may be just as important to you. I first started questioning my stance when I noticed the insane amount of 1-star reviews for a 5-star system. And something notable for the body wash and the body lotion is that the number of 1-star reviews made up around 50% of the total number of reviews. Now that really blew my mind. You're saying if you add up the 5-star, the 4-star, the 3-star, the 2-star all together, that number is still less than the number of 1-star reviews. And mind you, majority of those 1-star reviews was within the last year. Reading these reviews really made me wish that I had the opportunity to try out the OG, the original raw shea butter formulation. I would have loved the opportunity to compare the original formulation with the current formulation based off of actual experience, and thus come to my own conclusions and come to a recommendation that I can 100% stand by. If any of you have an authentic image of the original formulation for any of these 4 products, please let me know in the comment section down below, because I do want to delve into this matter a bit further. And as a result of this particular experience, and also I've been thinking about this particular idea for a while because I've come across other products that I own and I've noticed a change in formulation because I'm a little bit weird. I tend to keep the old bottle or old packaging and compare it when I buy something new. I've been playing around with starting up a reformulation series. And in this particular series, I will not only talk about products that have been reformulated, but I also want to talk about companies as well, because in a way they kind of go through a reformulation when they are bought out, restructured, things like that, and that tends to impact the quality of the products later on. It seems to be connected. It's like once this person gets bought out, then all of a sudden formulas start changing and yada yada yada. I'm actually going to be doing a short intro video. I'm going to film it and post it for you guys to explain further what the reformulation series will be all about. But I did want to plant that little seed in your mind right now so you know what's coming, so you have an idea of where this is going and the inspiration behind it. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Thank you for watching this entire video. I know it was probably on the longer side, but I appreciate you watching it. I appreciate you taking my concerns seriously, and maybe you had similar concerns. Let me know in the comment section below. Maybe you've had experience with the original formula. Let us know that as well in the comment section below, and I hope to see you at my next upload. Bye.